What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another Should I Buy. Now today we are talking about the immensely popular game Codenames. This is a Vlada Chvátil creation. Let's get right into it. Alrighty, so this is Codenames. Now in Codenames you have two different teams, and on one team you will have somebody who, on each team there will be one person who is the spy master, as it were. What that person is doing is they're looking at one of these cards. Now there's a lot of these cards in the game. And the two spy masters decide which way they want to orient this card. And then what you're doing, if you're on blue team, you're trying to get your team to guess all of the cards that would line up for where the blues are on this location on the board, and the red team would be trying to get all the people on their team to guess the red cards. Now, how guessing works is the spy master on their team's turn gets to say one word, and then they say a number. How this works is they're saying a word that's a clue that pertains to multiple of these cards that they're trying to get their team to guess. So, if I was on blue team, I might say NASA for 3. That means using the clue word NASA, my team would have to guess 3 of these cards that are on this that I want them to guess that pertain to NASA. In this case, I would be trying to get them to say missile scientist and genius. And actually here, there's not really any other ones that would work super well for that, so that would be that'd be a really solid clue. But if you use something a little more ambiguous, like, let's say quick. If I say quick for 2, I'm trying to get them to guess tag and ninja. I say quick for 2. They might guess tag and ninja, but then they might also debate, well, spiders are quick. A genius is quick, obviously. So there's a lot of deducing and discussion between your team members based on the clue you give, on the number you give. And it can get really interesting, and the spy master for each team might start to get a little bit of analysis paralysis and might get some people angry at him if he takes too long trying to figure out what cards what word he wants to say to get his team to guess those cards. So, the game keeps going until one team guesses all of their color that lines up with the board here. And there is one that's an X, a black X, and if your team guesses that one, your team automatically loses. So it makes it even harder to come up with that one word to make sure they stay away from that card. And there's a timer if you need it for your team, and that is how this game plays. Alright folks, this is the part of the video where I would normally tell you about the cons. However, due to the lack of cons, we're going to jump right into the pros here. This game is very quick, it's easy to set up and take down, it has very high replayability, it's great in 4 or more for the player count, which is exactly what you want for a party game, and on top of all that, it's just a lot of fun. I mean, it has great equal parts of both tension and also frustration. Tension if you're the spy master, because you can only pick one word and you're trying to get as many as you can, but you don't want them to pick the wrong ones. And so if you have somebody who suffers from analysis paralysis, maybe keep them away from this game, or at least keep them away from being the spy master in this game. And then on the other end, if you're the rest of the team, there's this frustration of trying to figure out what you're trying to get inside the mind of the spy master on your team and figure out what would they mean by saying that word with these cards here. Would they mean this? Would they mean that? What type of connotation do they have on the word that they used? There's just endless possibilities in this game. It is and always will be a fun game. It is and always will be one of the leaders in party games. This game is going to echo in the halls of party games. You should definitely go out and buy it. It's like $15 on Amazon. It's pennies for hours and hours of fun. What are you doing if you don't get this game? What are you doing?